What if clouds aren't just weather? What if every time the Bible mentions a cloud, from the garden to Sinai, and from the tabernacle to the return of Christ, it isn't talking about mist in the sky at all? What if the clouds are actually the visible sign of heaven breaking into earth, the very presence of God made manifest?
In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth.
And some things that should not have been forgotten were lost.
Man shall be ruled by law, not by the will of other men.
What is it? An ark. To hold the innocent. And the Creator sends his deluge to wipe out the wicked from this world.
The Lord of hosts will do battle for us. Behold his mighty hand.
We see throughout the Bible that God reveals himself through a cloud. When he filled the tabernacle, the cloud covered the tent of meeting, and the glory of the Lord filled the tabernacle. Exodus 40:34. When Solomon dedicated the temple, the priests couldn't even stand to minister because the cloud of his glory overwhelmed the room. 1 Kings 8:10-11. And on Mount Sinai, the entire mountain shook as God descended in thick cloud and fire. So what is this cloud? And is it just smoke and vapor? Or is it something greater? The Hebrew word often used here for cloud is anan, meaning both a physical cloud and a covering. Think about what clouds do. They conceal and reveal at the same time. They veil the blinding sun, but they also carry lightning, thunder, and life-giving rain. So could it be that the cloud is a physical manifestation of a spiritual reality, the place where God's holiness overlaps with human space? Let's start at the beginning. In Genesis 2:6, it tells us something strange, that before the flood, the earth was watered by a mist rising from the ground. There was no rain. Many believe the pre-flood earth was wrapped in a kind of vapor canopy, or a greenhouse, a tropical, humid world. So now ask yourself this: was this environment engineered by God as the perfect veil for his presence over the entire earth? Could the mist itself have been a constant Eden-like cloud cover, a reminder that God walked with man? And when the canopy was broken in the flood, when the heavens poured out their waters, was that veil between heaven and earth permanently altered? From then on, God's presence in a cloud would only appear at specific moments, in controlled flashes of glory. So now let's fast forward to the New Testament. Jesus tells his disciples he will return on the clouds of heaven with power and great glory in Matthew 24:30. And Daniel saw the same vision centuries earlier, one like a son of man coming with the clouds of heaven in Daniel 7:13. So is this a forecast about weather patterns on Judgment Day? Or does coming in the clouds mean something deeper? In the Old Testament, clouds always signified the arrival of God's throne. He makes the clouds his chariot. He rides on the wings of the wind, it says in Psalm 104:3. So when Christ comes with the clouds, it may not mean he's riding a thunderstorm, but that he's unveiling his heavenly throne, his glory presence breaking into our world. So then we see now the paradox, that the cloud conceals God's holiness veiled so it doesn't consume us, but then it also reveals his presence undeniable, overwhelming, and real. Also at Sinai, the people trembled and begged Moses to speak for them, because the voice of God within the cloud was too much to bear. At the Transfiguration, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and the voice of the Father declared, "This is my beloved Son." So every time the cloud appears, heaven touches earth. So maybe clouds aren't just about weather at all. Maybe they are the visible language of God's presence, his throne, his glory, and his spirit made perceivable to human eyes. In Eden, the mist may have wrapped the world in God's nearness. In the temple and in the tabernacle, the cloud revealed his dwelling with Israel. And on Sinai, it shook the nations. So, next time you look up and see a happy little cloud in the sky, remember, God is always present and caring for his creation, and Christ is reigning as King of the nations with all power and authority. If you enjoyed this episode, then make sure and hit like so it pushes out to more viewers, and subscribe so you don't miss the next mystery we uncover. And if you want to dive deeper down some rabbit holes and see behind the scenes research and early episode access, then join us on Patreon. I'll leave the link down in the description below. So until next time, keep searching for the unseen, because in it, the glory of God is concealed.